my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Shoot.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Rivers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10.
Down. 60 outlaw. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Now. 5.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 31. Check 31. Check. 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 Pilot 64. Weak. Check. Cross. Hey. Orbit. Yo, 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 go!
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And it's third down. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
You're out.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep up. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 41, Rivers. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Darren Lee there to get him down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, here's Henry. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Dodges him at the 50. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over first and 10 on the short side of the field.
Set. Ground 80. Check 52 to Mike. Hey, go orange.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
You know, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Five. Right. Watch two. Here we go. Choose the mic. Go. Get it.
Tannehill now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hey, Echo. Yes. Protein spill.
They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Let's go. Ready? 90 Wolf. I'm coming out. Hey, Wahoo. Blue draw Corker. And 2.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Derrick Henry. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. These two teams all tied after 1.
With the score tied 7-7.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Choose the mic. Hey, here I come. Ready? 5.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He gets it to Brown, complete. That one good for 24 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Under 10. Look at me. Go. Switch. Go.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Tannehill. And he fires one incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Well, they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 84 yards. So talk about escaping danger from their own one, clear across the field now. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the sack on 1st down, Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, ready.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the...
And he's going to find Doyle in the end zone for a Colts score. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for this.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. He's going to air one out. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 26.
Let's go, baby.
A big play that time for the Titans. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll run on first down. It's Evans. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Look at me, zipper. Mike 5-4, let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Rosas to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
390.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Step round 80. Round 80. Let's make these babies cry all the way. Round 80. Let's make these good.
Throwing on second down. Rivers looking deep for Hilton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Set. 380. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 300.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check, 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 check. Hey, Delta. 44, Mike, 44. Hey, Delta.
Here's Rivers. It's caught by Roberts. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Play fake, Rivers. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, but it's going to be second down. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Load it. Wait, 89.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Go! Let's go! Let's go! Get set!
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to get the football. At the 23-yard line. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
General West.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
80 weapons. Go.
Again, it's Henry. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. This is Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Henry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pilot, 64, weak. He's coming. Like, get it.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
60 Pittsburgh. 61, matchbox lights. Let's go. Let's go.
Tannehill on first down. Uncorks one for Davis. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Tannehill. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
Hey, Delta. Hey. Protein spill.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And that last penalty makes his 3rd down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Check girls. Who draw portraits? Leo. Kill. Turn up. Hey, switch gears. Now.
Tannehill. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's now 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, If you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. He chucks him aside.
Thumped him.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
They keep it with Henry on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield.
Rush in. Shit. Hey! Switch.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hard. Hatchet. Check 99. Shit. Back now. Ready.
Here's Henry, and he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Colts 31, Titans 21.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the
Rivers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Staying on the ground with Mack. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go. Look, squeeze. Crunch. Undercrunch. Watch the safety creep. Twist.
Now Tannehill uncorks one for Davis, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
54's Mike. Check.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rivers here to throw. They'll run the screen with Mack. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Rivers. He's got Burton here. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Right there. 54, Mike. Hey, tight. Mike 5-4, Mike.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Check green 90. Round 80. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Wait, 85.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, they now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
And with that kneel down at the end of the game, partner, They now get to 3-1. This is a good football team we saw in this game.
It is indeed getting to 2 games above 500, and I know early on, while they said they wanted to win every game, they thought they would be solid with a 3-1 start, and here they are.
Yeah, you break your schedule up almost into quarters, every 4 games, and assess 3-1. Any team would take that.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit. They were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by.